Hello everyone, and welcome to a different styled video. Today I will be reading through the Junior Security Analyst intro. Play through a day in the life of a Junior Security Analyst, their responsibilities and qualifications needed to land a role as an analyst. So there's a couple questions, but mainly I was just going to read it out because this is really useful information, especially because this is a good career path for anyone who wants to get into this field. So, in the Junior Security Analyst role, you will be a triage specialist. You will spend a lot of time triaging or monitoring the event logs and alerts. The responsibilities for a junior security analyst or a tier 1 SOC analyst include monitor and investigate the alerts. Most of the time it's a 24/7 SOC operations environment. Configure and manage the security tools. Develop and implement basic IDS, which is intrusion detection systems, signatures. Participate in SOC working groups, meetings, create tickets and escalate the security incidents to Tier 2 and team lead if needed. So if you see something that is very dangerous or out of place, you will escalate it to someone that is higher up. Required qualifications, most common, 0 to 2 years experience with security operations, basic understanding of networking, the OSI model, Open Systems Interconnection model, if for the OSI, or TCP/IP model, Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol model, operating systems, Windows, Linux, maybe Mac. I'm surprised Mac isn't there, but I guess you don't use Mac as much for this type of stuff, I guess. Web applications. To further learn about OSI and TCP/IP models, please refer to this networking, which is good. I've done it. It's a good, especially if you're starting off and you would like to go into cybersecurity. It's a great one to start with. Scripting programming skills are a plus. So I have heard a lot of people that are able to get junior security analyst roles even and up without being able to program. But it is very good to have programming on your side because if you need like a Python script, you can just whip it up and you're good to go. Desired qualifications is the CompTIA Security Plus, which is, I believe Tryhackme has a room. If you finish the learning path, you get a discount, so I would recommend doing that. As you progress and advance your skills as a junior security analyst, you will eventually move up to Tier 2 and Tier 3. An overview of the Security Operations Center SOC Tier 3 model. So, the Junior Security Analyst Tier 1 triage. You will do all of the monitoring, working on tickets, performing basic investigations. So you're pretty much the person who finds the problems, and then you send it off to other people once you've located the problems. And you'll pick up a lot of skills along the way. Tier 2 is the Security Operations Analyst, which is the incident responder. They focus on the deeper investigation, analysis and remediation, proactively hunts for adversaries, monitors and resolves more complex alerts. So if they might find a backdoor or something into your network or system, they will probably be the ones that deal with it. If a junior security analyst finds it, they will probably immediately escalate it. Tier 3, Security Operations Analyst, a threat hunter. That's a really nice job title, wouldn't you think? I'm a threat hunter. Works on more advanced investigations, performs advanced threat hunting and adversary research, malware reversing. If you want to see someone who is a brilliant reverse engineering for malware, check out John Hammond on YouTube. He does lots of Tryhackme. He is bloody brilliant. Bloody brilliant is all I have to say. Our first question. What will be your role as a junior security analyst? You will be doing these, but the main thing you are is a triage specialist. There it is. We'll just copy and paste it. Copy that. So you will be a triage specialist. Paste. Yay, whoop. Our answer is correct. Task 2. Security Operations Center. So, what exactly is a SOC? The core function of a SOC, Security Operations Center, is to investigate, monitor, prevent, and respond to threats in a cyber realm 24/7 or around the clock. Per McAfee's definition of SOC, security operations teams are charged with monitoring and protecting many assets, such as intellectual property, or IP, personal data, business systems, and brand integrity. As the implementation component of an organization's overall cybersecurity framework, security operation teams act as the central point of a collaboration in coordinated efforts to monitor, assess, and defend against cyber attacks. The number of people working in the SOC can vary on the size of the organization. What is included in the responsibilities for the SOC, or the Security Operations Center? That's actually quite a nice thing. So what will happen is you, with the triage system, pretty much, you will start off with the ticketing, as that will be the junior person. You'll find the tickets and then move on. So it starts off with ticketing, then you go log collection, knowledge base, research and development, aggregation and correlation, threat intelligence, SEM, security information and event management, reporting, then back to ticketing. And I'd say there's a couple more steps in that, but that's a very good starting point, definitely. Preparation and prevention. As a junior security analyst, you should stay informed of the current cybersecurity threats. Twitter and Feedly can be great resources to keep up with the news related to cybersecurity. Personally, because it's the type of field I've practiced in, I follow the Palo Alto. They're very good at keeping us all up to date. Not sponsored or anything, obviously, but I like Palo Alto. They keep everything up to date, and they've been keeping up, explaining how to protect yourself and business throughout this Russia situation. So, moving on. It is crucial to detect and hunt threats, work on security roadmap to protect the organization, and be ready for the worst case scenario. Prevention methods include gathering intelligence data on the latest threats, threat actors, and their tactics, techniques, and procedures. TP. I've never heard it called that, I've just heard that. That's cool. It also includes the maintenance procedures like updating the firewall signatures, which is very important. Keep your systems updated, especially the firewall. Patching the vulnerabilities in the existing systems. Block listing and safe listing applications, email addresses and IP. Don't trust an email just because it comes from a valid source. Make sure you're expecting the email. If not, use your own judgment. To better understand the tactics, techniques, and procedures, you should look into the CISA, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, alerts on APT40, Chinese Advanced Persistent Threat. Refer to this link if you would like to view it. In the description, I'll have the room link in the description, so you can just use these links here. Monitoring and investigation. A SOC team proactively uses SIEM, Security Information and Event Management, and EDR, Endpoint Detection and Response. That's quite fun and entertaining to do. Tools to monitor suspicious and malicious network activities. Imagine being a firefighter and having a multi-alarm fire. 1 alarm fires, 2 alarm fires, 3 alarm fires. The categories classify malicious network activities, classify the seriousness of the fire, which is a threat in our case. As a security analyst, you will learn how to prioritize the alerts based on their level: low, medium, high, and critical. Critical are deadly, and a lot of the time you may be called in outside of work hours if that is discovered by someone, depending on the size of business and contract and all that, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's an easy guess that you will need to start from the highest level, critical, and work towards the bottom. Low level alert, having properly configured security monitoring tools in place, will give you the best chance to mitigate the threat. A lot of low level alerts can just be automated, but it's always nice to have someone check on it. Junior security analysts play a critical role in the investigation procedure. They perform triaging on the ongoing alerts by exploring and understanding how a certain attack works and preventing bad things from happening if they can. During the investigation, it is important to raise the question how, why, and when. Security analysts find the answers by drilling down on the data logs and alerts in combination with using open source tools, which we will have a chance to explore later in the path. Response. After the investigation, the SOC team coordinates and takes action on the compromised hosts, which involves isolating the host from the network, terminating the malicious processes, deleting files, and more. Completed. A day in the life of a junior associate security analyst. So, we have a little site here which we will have like a little role play of what it would be like. To understand the job responsibilities of a junior security analyst, let us first show you what a day in the life of a junior security analyst, so it's the associate, would look like, and why this is an exciting career journey. To be in the front line, it's not always easy and can be very challenging, as you will be working with various log sources from different tools that we will walk you through in this path. You will get a chance to monitor the network traffic, including the IPS and the IDS alerts, suspicious emails, extract the forensics data to analyze and detect the potential attacks. Use open source intelligence to help you make the most appropriate decision on the alerts. One of the most exciting and rewarding things is when you are finished working on an incident and have managed to remediate the threat. Incident response might take hours, days, or weeks. It all depends on the scale of the attack. Did the attacker manage to exfiltrate the data? How much data does the attacker manage to exfiltrate? Did the attacker attempt to pivot into other hosts? There are many questions to ask and a lot of detection, containment, and remediation to do. We will walk you through some of the fundamental knowledge that every junior associate security analyst needs to know to become a successful network defender. The first thing almost every junior associate security analyst does on their shift is look at tickets to see if they've got any alerts got generated. Are you ready to take this test? Yes. So we'll press yes, we'll click view site. How's this going to work in my full screen mode? Very nice. So we've done that, we've opened up the website. What is the malicious IP address in the alerts? Inspect the alerts in your SIEM dashboard, find the malicious IP address from the alerts, make note of it, and then click on the alert to proceed. So here is kind of like the triage system, to be honest. We've got security alert, which is attack, which is, what do they say? Attack and suspicious. Okay, so it's just that. Fine. So we have operations information, suspicious. So the first thing we'll have to do is look at the attack. So if we highlight over these, it will explain to us what is green and what is red. Red is bad. Very nice and easy. So on July the 16th, unauthorized connection attempted detected from an IP address. So this IP address, it went forward. So we will write in the malicious IP address here, which is 221.181.185.159. Submit. Very nice. So let's just copy that because I saw we needed it for the next page. So we will go to the next page. This is our IP scanner. This is just for Tryhackme. So we will paste in that malicious IP and we will gather information on them. So we have found this IP in our database. Confidence in the IP being malicious is 100%. Comes from China Mobile Communications Corporation. So the next question is not here. There are many open source databases out there like Abuse IP DBM, Cisco Talos Intelligence, where you can perform a reputation and location check for the IP address. Most security analysts use these tools to aid them with the alert investigations. You can also make the internet safer by reporting the malicious IPs, for example, Abuse IP DBM. Now that we know the IP address is malicious, we need to escalate it to a staff member. So we shouldn't worry too much if it was a failed authentication attempt, but you probably noticed the successful authentication attempt for the malicious IP address. Let's declare a small incident event and escalate it. There is also some great staff working at the company, but you wouldn't want to escalate this to the wrong person who is not in charge of your team or department. So what we would do is, you would probably be told who you should escalate it to, but if you're having a look at these job titles, you probably would go with Will Griffin, the SOC team lead. The information security architect wouldn't be in charge of this. The security consultant, I don't believe so. That's not really... It might be Nadia, but I'm going to go with the SOC team lead because we're escalating it in the security operations center. So let's choose Will Griffin. It is Will Griffin. Very nice. So, you got permission to block the malicious IP address, and now you can proceed to implement the block rule. Block the malicious IP address on the file and find out what message they left for you. So, these are already IP addresses we've blocked, so we will block in 221.181.185.159. Enter. Block the IP address. You block the malicious IP address. And we get the flag. Paste. Very nice. So, this is actually really fun. I actually enjoy this. It was obviously it wasn't hacking, but it was good. It was nice to know like it's more real job experience because what I've been explained and have seen, if you want to get to cybersecurity, for every one hacking red team job there's probably 10 if not 15 blue team jobs. So this is a really good thing, especially if you just want to get a good understanding of where you're going to go. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.